Hello there, everyone. So, I am about to start activating this kind of like self discovery, healing, inner child technique that's I'm actually channeling live right now. Um, Before I continue with this video, nothing that this company that's created this cup has anything to do with what I'm about to share, nor are they like affiliated with it in any way either. This is just a personal story that this design and manifestation of this cup has brought to me. Okay, so a little bit of the backstory with it. When I was a kid, I was super obsessed with The Lion King, and I loved The Lion King. Um, and I have these memories of like my dad going out of his way to get like not only all the cups of this series that was created from another company, but also just like the whole entire theme of Lion King. Like my room was decked out. Like he got me the movie 2 weeks before. Like these really amazing things. So I'm sitting today and I'm like drinking. I found this cup about a year and a half ago in a thrift store, and what was interesting is like I remember I was having like these thoughts of this one particular cup, and I was like, man, that cup used to make me feel so good. Oh, that cup make me used to make me feel so good. I wish I still had that cup. That was the only cup from that series that I loved. Like, oh man, too bad there was no way I could have saved it from my childhood. Then I go into a thrift store and I buy it, and I see it and I'm like, whoa, and it's only 199. And I'm like, whoa, like talk about manifestation. No way, gotta get this right now. Today, like fast forward a year and a half later, I'm sitting here this morning drinking water out of it, and I'm like, man, I feel like I totally 100% manifested this cup out of nowhere, which I know I did because I was thinking about it for a while, but like I feel like it quantum leaped. It wasn't just like a manifestation, right? So when I bought this cup, it was brand spanking new. Like it was really well taken care of. And then I literally drank from it once or twice, and then this started, just it happened overnight, like literally, like I had used it for years or something, and it was kind of like, wow, like I feel like it got quantum leaped. So as I'm sitting here and that first thought hits me, I just, every time I drink from this cup, I like, it was like you always have an apprehension to this cup, and I was just like, yeah, I do. Why? And it was like, well, you is tied to some sort of fear. What is it linked to? Your inner child, right? It gives you some level of comfort, but it's also tied to like this darker aspect, like this level of fear. And I'm like, huh, really? And I turn over and bam, like I see the numbers 3 as I'm in the middle of this thought. And I'm like, oh my God, Collector Series 3. 3 is one of my angel numbers. Like, I'm tapping into something right now. And I was like, well, why would it give me fear? Why does it give me apprehension? It gives me apprehension from fear. That fear is tied to my inner child. That fear in my inner child is tied because during the times that this was going on, like this cup gave me a lot of like comfort because my parents would be always fighting and things could get really like toxic and violent. And it was almost like a blankie. Like I would grab this and just kind of like, oh, it's the Lion King cup. I got the power, or like I get it, or something to like cope with it. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at it and I'm like, how do you heal that? Like I'm gonna take away that like subconscious power, and I can feel it as I'm trying to like let it go. I feel it in my legs, really deep in my legs, and I feel it in my kidneys. So I definitely know it's tied to my root chakra, and I feel it in my lower back. So I'm just gonna sit here right now and be like, okay, I'm not going to let this memory hold any weight in me anymore. Make sure that if you're sitting down, you just have your legs on the floor, flat, not crossed. You take deep breaths. And you just let that go. You just let it flow down your legs. Like, it's gotta go, it's gotta go, it's gotta go, it's gotta go, it's gotta go. And feel it leave your legs. You can give it back to the Mother Earth, or you can give it to the void so that the void can transmute it. You always want to set a parameter that you're going to transmute. Then we're going to bring in a DNA activation that frees us from our inner child trauma. If your body feels like twitching, swaying, if you're feeling pains, give your chakras into it. I'm healing this in real time so you can feel what I'm experiencing. All you have to do is set the intention that you're in the room. If you have to replay this video from the beginning just to set that intention, we're both in the same room right now. You can feel all the energy I'm producing. You're not healing me, you're not doing anything like that. You're just experiencing my healing process as though you were someone sitting in the room. You should be feeling some level of density or like brightness, almost like rays of light and waves of light and density. And at this time, I know it's tied to fear, right? And fear is that root chakra. So I'm going to go ahead and just summon my Kundalini right now. This is a good time because the Kundalini rises from your root chakra. Take a deep breath. We respectfully call upon the Kundalini to kindly and powerfully travel through our chakras up our spine, connecting all the circuitry of our inner and outer knowing. And you just wait for the energy to travel up your spine from the base of your spine to the top of your head. I'm going to summon the 8th chakra as a halo. The 8th chakra is associated with transcendence. And we're going to transcend this inner child trauma, allowing the 3rd chakra, solar plexus, to merge and integrate with the 8th chakra, of transcendence. Eight plus 3 is 11. Also known as Ascension, the Ascension chakra. If you choose to look at reality from a different perspective, where 10 does not exist, so 10 would be 11 because 0 is always a 1 because it's being observed. You'd then be understanding it as well as the 11th and 12th chakras. The 12th chakra being unity consciousness. And I feel this energy expanding through me, expanding. I feel like my back is widening out. I keep breathing to just let go of any density that I feel. I feel a lot of that last breath came from my heart chakra. Deep breath. And now I break the contract of whatever power this cup and memory and energy hold. I give back whatever it is that does not belong to me, returning it back to its original source and reclaiming my own energy for myself, re-empowering my inner child and the thymus of my inner child, clearing the thymus of all parasites, entities, and destructive qualities that do not serve. Opening up our heart chakra to the present, repairing all of our past, present, and future relationships, allowing this to travel beyond the individual into the collective, bringing light to the mind, to the emotions, and to existence. May light of the ethers shine through, creating light of authenticity, so that there can be clarity of sight. May this bring the inner child, the ancestors and the descendants, the light of life that shines brightly through all of our DNA. I surrender into this light incantation, and I allow the quantum shifting to take place in whatever fashion is necessary. All is one, all is well. All is now, all is present, all is well, all is healed, all is broken. All is I, Adonai. So there you have it. A light language incantation. So a lot of light language is used in this fashion of phonetics that comes from like other planets, and that can be beneficial. But light language is also the spoken word with intention. Light language is essentially spellcasting. The level of spellcasting that you create is based off of the alchemist, not the actual language. Certain languages have better properties than others. I use Antojai, the language of Adonai, the language of the Ascended Masters, and it flows through everything. The words and the meanings and the intention and knowing the power behind those words and those meanings are what trigger alchemy. That's the true power of light language. Sending you lots of love. Subscribe, comment, share. Thank you.